that.
Take it over, my friend.
A pretty good chance. So jumping right into the game, see which team is going to go on which side. So it looks like Optic is going to be going on that Sentinel side first, which they want to play a little bit more defensive. On the opposing side, you can push straight through school, get those 2-point scores. On this side, we do see Krim try that mid-Atlas throw a decent amount on line. Going to be interesting to see how much he goes to it here on land.
I would love to see some slide and tosses early on. Early action goes to Nate Shot, taking out Diabolic here. We throw on your COD vision, the outline of the players. And the satellite control first goes to Chino. He's going to be able to get that out and try and take it over to garage side. Scumpy cleaned up out of the air. Chino is going to toss this one for some yards. Going to pick it up. Has some support. One player in front of him, but they're going to force the objective to kind of lead the way. And he's going to go to the window. Nice melee here. Will he get support for the 2-point play, or will they go for the toss? More and more Optic Gaming members flooding in. And what a job by Chino.
What a fantastic job. He kind of left his two teammates in the back school out to dry a little bit, but it doesn't matter. He's able to put in two. Just baited them phenomenally. When you saw both players push out of school, you totally figured that the drone was going to follow. And he actually jumped out the window and went raw behind all the players on Optic. Very smart play out of Chino, and that's the exact start that Rise needed.
We talked about Pac-Man being the satellite carrier. Not the case so far. Chino with both grabs. It's going to be up to Pac-Man, though. 3 of his teammates down. He needs the kills. Not going to happen. Formal carrying this one up, and he's going to just toss it, try and get it across the map where Nade Shot was waiting. Nade unable to convert. Krim is here, though. And will this one be put in? Bob, or it's still down. Satellite's still on the ground. Formal is going to go get his own toss and put it through.
And he was able to bring up the rear right there of that team, and it works out because he has that AR. Somebody missing some shots right there. Formal's still alive in the Rise Nation base. Good job for them to get him out, because if he could have stayed there and started slaying with that AR, they would have been in some serious trouble.
Chino on your screen, once again clearing out school, this time for his teammate. It's going to be Sender with the satellite, and Sender goes for the toss up and over. That's something I would do, Sender. Not something you can do against Optic Gaming and expect to win. It should be 3-2. Instead, Optic's able to play the satellite. It's going to move back to the middle of the map. They'll have control of it now. It's in the hands of Nate Shot, and he's got a 1-point opportunity, potentially a 2-pointer.
And he's waiting for his teammates. He really wants that 2-point, but nobody able to get over there in time. Looks like that Scump could have been over there, not able to get that drone, though. Looks like Rise going to be able to throw this one out.
No, Krim's still there, causing
still
problems.
putting a ton of pressure on that drone. See if he can pick it up. He's got Formal behind him, causing a distraction. And you saw, as soon as Formal picked up that first kill, Pac-Man changed his look from Krim over to Formal. Krim able to pick up that drone and then run it in. No, Rise got off to such a nice start with that 2 points. Once they kind of got into the second half and they brought that drone into school, wasn't able to score from Sender, it's been all in favor of Optic Gaming.
Nate Shot's going to catch the pass, and he is going to put it through. Optic Gaming scoring at will now in the second half here of our first 5 minutes. Krim 6 doing damage from the window. One player top Atlas, one behind it. Pre-firing a little bit, not able to connect. Formal from school looking out, but it's Scumpy getting up close and personal here with the ASM-1. Simply not missing a shot tonight. Scumpy dropped 40 kills plus in game number 1. How many can drop here on Uplink? And it looks like, again, it's going to be Krim. Is he going to go for the slide toss? He's got the distance. Did he go far left? It's intercepted.
And, you know, right there, you would have liked to see them push that drone up the map. But Krim going to get control over the Rise Nation base. Him and Formal in there, and the drone is actually still in play. Does not actually get played.
He's got the 2-pointer.
He's going to dunk it in for 2. 8-2 from bad side. Favor of Optic Gaming. I think what's going on here for Rise is that they got too caught up playing in this fast pace. You know, they came out, had a really hot start, able to get that 2 points. Since then, they tried to ramp up the pace, and obviously that does not work against Optic Gaming.
Diabolic stopped with the satellite as well. That means it's all up to Chino for the score. Chino gets some extra armor, misses it, and oh! This is heartbreaking to watch if you're a Rise Nation fan. That is 2 huge missed scoring opportunities. And the score now reflecting at 8-2. When Optic makes a mistake, they still somehow force a 2-point play through.
This game could easily be 6-5 in Optic's favor. You know, if they are able to throw that drone out in the last 2-point score for Optic, and then if Cinder and Chino convert that 1- and 2-point score, there's only a 1-point game going into the second half at this point. But that's what separates a team as dominant as Optic Gaming from, you know, a team who shows potential like Rise. You know, when those plays happen, Optic Gaming always comes through.
Chino now trying to slay his way to the satellite. He's got teammates surrounding him. One Optic player trying to get sneaky, takes care of business there. He's going to be pushing over for the satellite now. Does he toss it to a teammate? Looks like there's one player in front of him. And instead, he is going to be cleaned up through the window. Good shots from Crim6. On the opposite side, Center and Pac-Man nowhere near the satellite. That means Crim's got another clean shot.
Yeah, Crim, he's going to try and make this play from that top Atlas, it looks like. And actually, no, they're going to pick up some kills, and he's going to run this one straight down. He's going to get a throw in, and that is not going to go in.
No buzzer beater.
8-2 at half. Very nice start from Optic Gaming. And one thing to note, I believe it's Nadeshot running that hardwire. You know, we see every time that Pac-Man spawns, throwing those stun grenades, trying to cause damage. A lot of the players from Optic running that hardwire.
I'm amazed by Optic's ability to convert those dunks. They looked like they were just tossing it to a teammate, not really expecting to get it, but to keep this Rise squad back in their base. But no, Optic was able to convert it all, put in all of their dunks on their opponent's side of the map. They now lead 8-2, 5 minutes to go left in this match potentially. If Optic wins this game, it's all over for Rise. They will go to the losers bracket. Scumpy, he's gonna fall as nice start for Rise. They get 3 down. Chino with the satellite moving through Hospital. But did they take too much time and not take advantage of the numbers?
No, Rise has played extremely strong in this uplink bucket. You know, it's maybe 1 or 2 minor mistakes that's really separated this game. And obviously the score, you know, 8-2 looks like Optic in complete control, but this one could easily be a, you know, 6-5 game in favor of Optic's favor. And you see right here, it looks like Chino's going to be able to get that 2-point, but Nadeshot with a huge play, and he is going to be able to throw that drone out for a reset. Huge plays by Nadeshot, and a lot like Crim on the other side.
Diabolic's got to be frustrated too. He only has 10 kills, but 3 of them came from the opening plays here. He cleaned up the double, led the way for Chino, and for them to just stop short again, you gotta wonder how much more can you take here if you're a player. This has got to be so frustrating playing OG.
It's extremely frustrating to deal with because if you're Rise, you've come out in this uplink game and you pretty much play it as good as you can, and they've made the plays necessary. It's just 1 or 2 plays that could have went in your favor, just kind of messed up a little bit. And then on the other side, just some great plays out of the players on Optic. And it's really nothing you can do about it. Mistakes do happen. Obviously professional players still make mistakes. But to beat a team like Optic Gaming, you're going to pretty much have to play perfect.
Another mistake there, just a missed shot. Satellite's going to be cleaned up, thrown out by Formal. Scumpy, he's going to be a window watching school. You got Nadeshot setting up for the grab.
I was going to say, coming into this next drone reset, I would have liked to see Optic Gaming get a little bit more aggressive because they were playing completely out of their respawn. And as I said that, Nade, he's going to push in it back to school. If he can get control of this could get scary real quick.
On the opposite side, Nadeshot's strategy was to sit underneath that upwing, kind of spawn people out, and then go for the slams. But right now, it looks like Optic's struggling a bit in this slang, not able to get him the satellite. He's going to have to go in for it himself. And now we'll see, it's in the hands of Crim. Crim with a player directly behind him. 3 members of Rise Nation were out on the map. Crim had a 1-point opportunity, unable to put it through. Rise now, 2:43 still to go. It's only a 3-possession game. They could bring this back, but they really need to play this perfectly, and this one needs to be a 2-pointer without a doubt. Yeah,
they're going to have to get 2 points. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left. They're going to have to really try and, force the issue for those 2-point scores. And you see they're really relying on throwing those stuns and getting kills in the base. They haven't figured out that Optic's kind of switched over to hardwired. We'd like to see them, kind of put the stuns away, put everything away, and just really force the issue guns. Maybe bring out some more overclock classes to get some pressure on the opposing team's base.
Sender scouting it out, sees the Optic push, can't do anything about it. Scumpy now has teammates in front of him. Could go for the 1-pointer. Instead, he wants the 2.
Just look at the movement. Oh, great play.
And there it is.
We see so many times players try and force that play and try and go for 2 right there. Scump knew he probably wasn't going to make it. He took some shots, even took a little bit of wizardry to get to the location he was at. But once he was there, just decided, we're up by so much. Let me just get that 1-point score, put a little bit more pressure on Rise to just play a little bit more unorthodox. Satellite
picked up by Nadeshot. You're going to see Crim, the lead blocker. Formal and Scump on the opposite side, drawing lots of attention to the middle of the map. And Crim, he's really just trying to keep his satellite alive. Doubling back, feeling the pressure from Rise, but it's really just not coming through. Crim slaying everything in his way. We go over to Diabolic, who's trying to chase that satellite. It's going to be thrown on the roof. 15-second reset. We'll see if he can protect it now from the window.
Well, the issue is that Rise doesn't want to play at that faster pace. Obviously, we talked about how that plays into Optic Gaming's favor, but now they have to. They're forced to. Backs against the wall, 1 minute to go. It's going to be very difficult for them to come back, and they're going to get a 1-point score there, but they really need to get control of that drone spawn area, and as they say, that 4 go down for Rise.
Yeah, so this brings it back within a 3-score game, but not going to happen. Satellite just being tossed on top of the roof. 3 more of those, and this is done.
That's pretty much what Optic's going to go for. They're going to control this middle of the map. They're just going to keep playing that drone. It's a smart play. I mean, you don't want anything crazy to happen. We've seen some of the craziest comebacks before. You just have to play every game smart regardless of who it's against.
How about Slayshot? 28 and 20. He is on top of the team. Don't know how many times I've seen that. I think just 3 that I've had a chance to cast throughout all of the season. There are 44 matches. Nadeshot doing damage here. His team playing around that style. I really like it. It's like they trust Formal, Krim, and Scump to just clear the way. Nadeshot plays the objective, a little cherry picking, put in some valuable dunks, and we just saw total domination here in the first round from Optic Gaming. They're going to take this one with the final score. Krim, does he get the toss? No, 9-3.
Well, that's the beauty about Optic Gaming is that they don't really have to have any of their players step outside of their comfort zone. You know, Nade, all he has to do is focus on the objective, and if he picks up a lot of the kills, that's just an added plus. You know, they don't need him to do anything more. And a lot of players would actually try and do, you know, a lot more. You know, you have the pressure of a lot of the other players on your team putting up tons of kills. You want to meet those expectations as well. They would step outside of their boundaries, but Nade, you know, big enough of a person to just kind of step back, let everybody else pick up the kills, let him do the dirty work, and just get those wins.
Yeah, we saw Nadeshot and Pac-Man hanging out last night. Pac-Man tried to talk a little trash, getting his head.
Didn't work.
It's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
They know what they were going up against, and really Optic Gaming just showing you why they were able to win 38 of their 44 matches in the regular season. Add another one. That's 39 here in Season 1 with a big win over Rise.
They're a powerhouse. I mean, when Nade plays like that and, you know, everybody else still slaying in that department, they're almost impossible to stop.
All right, so those are your stats from game number 3. We're going to send it down to our analysts. We got Benson down on the floor with Sharp. Guys, what do you think of that series?
Thanks, Puckett. I'm with Sharp on the desk. First of all, congratulations. You hit that hot 3-0. You're going on to the next round. But talk about that game. I'm going to start off with the hard point. I want you to just break it down a little bit. First hard point's all, of course. The first hill, Optic Gaming, have a 49-1 point lead. And you had Krim, Formal, and Scump all start off 6-2. If you're playing against that, what goes through your mind?
I mean, you just got to try to get those points here and there, you know, early rotations. Try to at least hold down one hill and pick up 30 seconds off the break. But, I mean, like you said, I blinked, literally looked down, looked back up, and the score was like you said, it's like 60-1 or something.
It was crazy. After the second hill, it was 75-7.
At that point, you're just looking at search. You're like, what's the next map? What's going on?
It was a crazy game. I mean, it was always going to be up to Gaming, I think, taking hard point. I think no one would disagree with that, really, especially when you look at the stats. Up to Gaming, 82% win ratio on hard point solo as opposed to Rise, just 46%. Ultimately, Scumpy finishing with 44 kills, Season 1 MVP. What's the difference for you as a player playing against Scumpy, online to online? Is it the same? I've heard a couple of pros say, you know, oh, he's better online than he is online, but is he still as, like, dominant?
I mean, doesn't he have the best? He had the best KD in Orlando, right?
Yes.
So he had #1 KD on LAN, #1 KD online. So you can't really say anything. I mean, me, like in the team house, there wasn't really issues with any teams that we were playing against. When I went back home, it's pretty much issues just left and right. So I mean, I'm not really the best person to ask.
Fair enough.
Because I'm calling Pac-Man warriors, man. I'm like, Pac-Man's a warrior.
Speaking of Pac-Man, you called him your player to watch, right?
Yeah, he's my player to watch.
How'd that go?
He let me down.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. He'll come back, though.
Yeah?
I believe him.
Loser's bracket run, maybe?
Loser's bracket run.
Moving on to Search and Destroy. Again, it was kind of back and forth. Rounds being won by both teams. And then you get to round 3. Crim6 with a huge 1 versus 1. Winning the IMR as well. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the IMR online?
I've never used it.
Never used it?
No, I'm not an IMR player. I don't use it online. I don't use it on LAN. I think Gunjar uses it sometimes. He said it's
use it on retreat.
Yeah, it's pretty good gun. But yeah, Rise started out good. I thought that they might actually have been able to take the Search and Destroy, and then there was a clutch from, like you said, Krim. I believe there was a round that one of them choked. Rise, someone on Rise choked around. They had like a 4-2 with the bomb down or something.
Right, and then they managed to
lost
throw that one away. Yeah, that was definitely not good. Ultimately, it goes to 4-4 up to Gaming, win on the attacking side, which is the round you're referring to. They go 5-4 up, hold it on defense, win 6-4.
Yeah.
That, realistically, I think when you look at it, was Rise's chance.
Yeah.
Like, if they win the S&D, all right, maybe they turn this into a series. Maybe. But it wasn't to be. Obviously, up to Gaming, give it 2-0 up. Interestingly, there's something I heard Mr. X pick up. Nadeshot being the bomb carrier. When you guys have been playing online, normally it's Formal that carries the bomb for up to Gaming, right?
I don't know. I think they switch up.
Okay.
I mean, you can look at the stats, I guess, and see who plants the most bombs, but I usually see Formal rocking a sniper. I don't really.
He's
I
great.
thought Nation always took the bomb.
No. But that
No?
season 1, Formal's been taking a lot.
Oh, all right.
You didn't even notice that.
I don't know.
I'm teaching you things right now. You're supposed to teach me. That's how this is.
Well, I mean, you kill a guy, it makes a noise when the bomb drops. So
That's
that's how I know who has the
There
bomb.
you go.
I'm not thinking, all right, dude, Nation's gonna have the bomb. We're gonna kill him. Like it's.
Going over to Uplink, though, we both kind of sat here and we were watching that game. Can't be missing those 1-point plays, man. Rise, just, I don't know what it was. The first one, I believe it was Sender. Misses a very, very easy 1-point throw through that score. I mean, that's something that as a pro player, surely you guys are like practicing.
I mean, I miss throws all the time. I'll admit it. There's some throws. Sometimes I hit some amazing throws. Sometimes I hit like, my team's like, dude, you gotta stop grabbing the ball. I'm like, all right. But I mean, it happens. You know, you mess up.
Okay.
This is not the place to mess up. So it does suck. And
I feel like it could be worse. It could be, you know, like 4 weeks down the line when you're in LA.
Yeah, if you're
that's the time you
champs,
definitely don't want to mess up.
yeah, that's when you don't want to mess up. But definitely at an event, you don't want to miss those throws. That's things that, you know, 1 point here, 1 point there, that can change the game.
Right.
It can change how fast the team's playing, how slow the team's playing. And then I think there was a time Chino went for a dunk, and he was like jumping around the point.
Yeah, he did so well to pick up the drone and stay alive. He kind of missed the portal twice.
Yeah.
It's pretty awkward. But that if they'd managed to get those plays, you know, ultimately could have been 6-5 at the half. Very different as opposed to 8-2. Interestingly, Optic Gaming using a lot of hardwire though. Is that something you guys have experimented a lot with?
Yeah, I like running hardwired because a lot of people, if you get EMP'd, you can't dunk it. So that's a missed point right there. There's been a couple times online where I've been EMP'd and you just can't jump into the portal because you can't boost.
Yeah, right.
And you have to throw it. That's a missed point. Like those are points that you're not getting. So a lot of times if teams are using EMPs and a lot of suns, I'll throw it on. You just got to make sure you don't boost as much. Right.
Yeah. That makes sense, obviously. So Optic Gaming hot 3-0, but to have you here, I want to ask you, Envy versus Denial. This is the game I think so many people watching are really, really excited for. You know, the trade that happened mid-season obviously built a massive storyline. Now 4-0 in the season against Envious. Everyone I spoke to says Envy is going to be a team when it gets the line is going to be explosive. You're going to see their full potential. But can they beat this Denial lineup?
I don't know, like you said. I said in my after the game interview, I said that I was picking Denial mainly because every time we play Denial online, they beat us. Every time I've seen them play Envy online, they beat them. So as far as online goes, if I'm judging off that, I'm saying Denial. But like you said, Land, you know, Saints is a player who can just go off and take control of the game. So I think this is going to be one of the best matches of the whole event because you have that rivalry. You know, like I've teamed with Clay before. I know Clay wants to beat his old team. I'm in Philly. We played against Complexity. He wanted to beat them. I know he wants to beat Envy. And pretty much everyone on Denial wants to say, Saint Zuma, you guys are wrong.
I think it could get pretty loud.
Yeah.
Obviously, no soundproof boots. Clay's a player who can get a little bit vocal when he starts playing well, that's for sure. But thank you for hopping in the booth. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you. Actually, I kind of don't want to see you in the booth. I kind of want to see you out there playing, winning.
All right. Just keep predicting us to do bad.
I predict you to win and you won.
That's a change. Things are changing. Every time Benson says we're going to win, we usually lose.
I'm changing my ways. Anyway, thank you very much for hopping in the booth. For now, guys, quick commercial break. When we return, we'll be looking at the last game of the evening, Envy versus Denial.